Good morning, students. Today we are over here to discuss about life processes, a very small part of life processes. So life processes, we have number of vital processes, that is important processes which are required for the continuity of life. For survival, certain processes are required, and one of that is circulation. We are going to discuss over here about circulation. What is circulation? Circulation is carrying the substance from one part to the whole body and comes back, that is in the cyclic form. That is what circulation, that is, in another word, if we say, it's very similar to that of transportation. Now let us see what is transportation. Transportation, what is transportation? So transportation is very similar to whatever in the normal day-to-day life we talk about. Whatever we talk about, that is transportation, is as we are carrying the goods from the factory and bring it to the market wherever it is required for the selling. So the same way whatever substances in our body, just as we are in factory in our normal day-to-day life, the same way in our body also we are having certain organs which are going to prepare certain materials, certain hormones, certain enzymes which is required in some other place. So the site of formation and the site of action is different. So the substance that is formed at the site has to be carried to the site where it is required, that is site of action. And because of that, we require transportation. That is our next question. Why is transportation required? So it is just to transport the material from the site of formation to the site where the action is required. So let us see further. We are going to see transportation in human being. As the slide says, human being, we are multicellular. So we have a different organ system. And in different organ, different things are synthesized, and the requirement is going to be in some other organ. So human being, like other multicellular organism, need regular supply of food, oxygen, etc. Now, whatever food we are eating, why do we eat food? We eat food to get energy. Do we get energy directly when we eat food? No. First, the food has to get digested, and this digested food has to get oxidized. So whatever food we eat goes to our digestive system where it is going to get digested. But this digested food has to get oxidized, and it doesn't get oxidized in the digestive system. So this digested food has to be carried to the place where it will be getting oxidized, and the place where it is getting oxidized is each and every cell of the body, where, as you all know, in the previous class you have studied mitochondria is one of the cell organelle, which is also known as powerhouse of the cell. So it is in the mitochondria where the digested food is going to get oxidized. So the digested food from the digestive system should reach to each and every cell of the body. For oxidation, oxygen is required. So from where do we get oxygen? It is the lungs which is going to take oxygen from the air what we inhale. So from the lungs, again, oxygen has to reach to the cell. So this is a very simple example where these two things I am talking about. There are many such things which are synthesized in hormones, etc. in the different organ, and the requirement is somewhere else. So the digested food from the digestive system and the oxygen from the respiratory system, both are carried by the blood to the cell, where in the mitochondria the digested food is going to get oxidized, and due to oxidation of the digested food, energy will be released, and this energy is used by our body for different activities, for different purpose. So that is why transportation is required. Now in human being, transportation, that is the circulatory system, mainly consists of the first one. If you see over your cursor, heart, it consists of the vessels called arteries and veins, and blood and lymph. So heart is the main pumping organ which is going to pump the blood to all the parts of the body. We are having closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system means the blood that is flowing through blood vessels. It is flowing through blood vessels where it's arteries and veins. And then it is the blood, the main fluid through which this transportation is done is blood and lymph. Let's see the next slide. So, if we see over here, the blood consists of solid component and liquid component. Here you can see it is liquid component. The solid component consists of the blood corpuscle. About this corpuscles we have already studied in the lower standard, that is RBC, red blood corpuscle, which are also known as erythrocyte. Then WBC over here, which is known as white blood corpuscle, that is lymphocytes, and blood platelets. RBCs, they are red in color, and this red color is to RBC is because